It's different. It's very different.
Yeah. I don't know.
It tastes more like a rye.
Yeah, it definitely does.
It tastes a lot more like a rye.
I think I like it more once it gets iced down.
I don't think it's like... The uncut is a lot better. The 130 proof or whatever, it's a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't say that's like in my top 10. But
Oh, no. It's not in my top 10 either. You know what's getting released this week?
What?
Russell's Reserve 13 year. Or is it 15 year? I don't know.
Really?
$150.
Damn, where at?
It should be at Kroger's. It was at Joseph's today, so I was debating on going to... I was debating on going to Polkins on Thursday morning before work to try to grab one.
Really?
But I was like, I was like talking to her. I'm like, dude, $150.
That's a lot.
And it like resells for like $220. So
Right.
it's not like I should buy it and then go, oh, I'll just sell it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like I'd buy it and then sell it for like $350 or something like that. And I'm not like that anyways. You know that. But like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
steep.
It's fucking really steep. Like, I didn't want to buy the Jack Daniels because it was $100.
Right.
And I still bought that. That's
like,
fantastic.
Have you heard
though.
good things about it?
Oh yeah, no, it's.
Yeah.
I love all Russell's stuff.
Yeah, I've had a couple of the Russells that are pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a grail. Like it's in my on the OHLQ website. You can make a list,
Right.
and it's in my grail list of like
They call it a grill list?
grail. Like it's a
grail.
grail. So
Right,
like I make my own. I make my own list of like eyeing grails and then my next trip. And so then I'll have like 5 in my next trip thing where I'll go in and I'll go, okay, next trip, if I'm buying bourbon, it has to be one of these 5. Like,
Gotcha.
or 2 of these 5 or whatever.
Gotcha.
But,
That's cool.
yeah. So,
That's cool. What else has been going on? Anything? Oh, hold on. Let me intro the podcast.
oh, yeah.
here.
Yeah, gotta do that.
Welcome back to another episode of Garage Talk. Myself, Zach, as always. We got Kyle, co-host. We got a solo or a duo episode today. No guests, so just us two chatty Cathys catching up. So,
Yeah, we haven't had I feel like we haven't had like a just us podcast in a while. I feel like just us blends like
oh yeah,
into the other ones. Like when we do the Way She Goes, I think it just blends.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Doing the 2 podcasts, you're just like, I'm not sure which one was which.
Yeah.
But I think we had before Jake came on last episode. I think we had a.
I think it was
solo,
just us.
Or it was a duo episode.
We can call it solo. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know.
duo. I call them duo when I name the episode.
It's
so.
a lot. I think it's sometimes a lot easier for us to continue talking for a long time when it's someone else. Like when we have someone else with us.
Right.
I wish. All right, the next time we bring someone on, like if it's Malachi or something like that, I've got a bunch of hot sauces upstairs. I want to
Hot
do,
sauces?
I'll grill up some chicken and I'll have everyone
Yeah. That'll be fun.
try some. I was burning up the other day. I mean, I was sweating.
I had some Frickers killer sauce the other day.
Okay.
Dude.
Hot? I never
Well,
had it.
it's good. I love it. It's like, have you ever had Blazin' from B-Dubs?
No, I'm not stupid.
Okay.
I want to enjoy my food.
Right. Blazin' from B-Dubs is super hot. I've had it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Super hot, but it's the flavor of it is bad.
Oh, is it?
So-
you know what? I think I've heard that.
So, like, it's just hot just to be hot kind of thing.
It's a challenge.
Right, and they do the challenge, which is fine, whatever. But the flavor is not good. Well, Killer is like Fricker's version of
Blazing.
Blazing, but it's
Right.
got really good flavor to it,
Okay.
in my opinion at least. So I'll get mild wings
Right.
and then have a side of Killer sauce
On the side?
on the side.
Okay.
And then some ranch or whatever. But I'll take the mild wings and just dip them in the Killer.
Right.
Just because I don't want the whole thing coated in
Right.
it. But when you start sweating,
It's pretty good, though.
it's pretty good, but it fucked me up.
I feel like I had a story about. Oh, it was just the hot sauce that I bought. But it's called State Line. It's Ohio made. The guy who owns it goes to the farmers market over here where we live, and The mango habanero is the best mango habanero I've ever had in my life.
Really?
That was so fucking good.
We went to the farmer's market up in Toledo on Saturday.
Yeah, it's not as good as the Perrysburg one.
It was good. I haven't like.
I've been to both, and there's something about the Toledo one that just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good for what we. I don't. We
Where'd
weren't
you guys-
going for anything. We were just going.
Just going to hang out.
Yeah, we were just going, and then if we found something,
Right.
whatever. But we ended up getting some good stuff. We got some herbs that we
Okay.
planted.
Yeah, I saw you planted. You built some planter boxes.
Yep, some planter boxes. So we got those for the front porch, which were cool. We ended up getting that fucking cat. Did you see that cat garden?
Yeah.
We got that fucking thing. And then what else did we get? Oh, well, I don't know. I don't think we got anything else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
Right.
the point of that story was they had this guy up there making hot sauce, or he made hot sauce and brought it there. And I tried a couple of them. They weren't like super good.
Oh, really?
I don't know what the company was. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But I was impressed.
The one thing that I really like about the Stay line is all of them taste fantastic besides one of them. The one is like the mustard one. It's like I don't taste the mustard, and it's hot. Like it's
really?
extremely hot, and I just don't taste mustard.
Right.
But I have the same level of hotness in a black garlic, and it's fantastic. Then I had their traditional the other day. I just did a sample of it, and then I got some of their green salsa verde.
Oh, okay.
I love green salsa.
Oh, yeah. It's the
I like
best.
green salsa over red salsa any day.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
That's the best.
So, other than that, I mean, went to the farmer's market. Been fishing a lot. My
Yes.
yard looks like shit in the backyard because I didn't cut it correctly, but the neighbor pissed me off, so might be why.
I saw you took out those plants over there by the
Oh, I
driveway.
fucking ran over them.
Oh, on purpose?
No, yeah, on purpose. I was fucking done
okay.
with them.
Okay.
They're what are they? Lilies? I think they're
I don't know what
lilies.
to
I don't
call
know.
them.
We used to call them flags. Where me and my mom grew up, we called them flags because they end up growing sticks out and you pull them and whatever. But they're fucking annoying. And the guy who before we bought it planted them there to hide a stump.
Right, I saw the stump
Right.
too. Yeah.
So, and it was to hide the stump, but the problem is then every time I went to go weed whack around it, like because it wasn't like a border or anything. It was just 3 or 4 random plants, and I would clip them with a weed whacker or with like a push mower, and then the following week it'd be like half the plant would be dead. But then I'd still have long grass under it, and you could see it, and it just looked really raggedy, and I just said, fuck it. I ran over it with the tractor.
Drove over.
Said, fuck it, I don't care.
So you're just gonna till it up and then
Yeah.
put seed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
No, it was fucking annoying.
it's not like I didn't make it a huge difference. But usually I like when I go to park in the driveway, I try not to fucking run over them.
Fucking run over them now.
Well, now I'm just gonna run over 'em.
Well, I want to get a stump remover. I want to remove the stump. And then, I mean, I've even thought about doing a little border around the stump and then putting something on the stump, like, I don't know, like gnomes or something like that. My grandma, when we grew up, my grandpa's house, they put this goose, and it was a goose they dressed up all the time for like every holiday and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The lady behind me actually has one.
Really?
And so,
I
like,
think my parents had one growing up.
right. So,
always
like,
had
I thought
goose.
about doing that. Like, oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe I could put that one statue out there.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'd advise against it, but maybe.
Yeah, we got some new neighbors in the community.
Yeah. I just don't think you want to set that precedent right off the bat
Right off
with
the
your
bat.
neighbors.
Get here about 30 years. And then do it. But anyways, what's been going on with you? What's been happening? Anything fun? Oh, I got 2 new drills. I was pretty excited. Yeah.
Yeah?
I got 2 new DeWalt's.
Fuck
Impact
yeah.
and then a regular one. I was pretty
yeah.
excited about that.
Oh, dude, they're the best.
Yeah,
There's nothing better than using a drill as a man.
yeah.
Nothing fucking better.
Well, I was hanging up those pictures in the front room, and my drill kept dying. And then I went to go grab the other one. It will not hold the charge. My green one will not hold the charge whatsoever. So, my Porter cable, which I've had for years and it's never failed me, it just kept dying. Like it just wasn't. I was not like I was using it enough. I just don't think the batteries were keeping a charge. And Morgan finally saw the importance of having a good drill, and I think at that moment she finally said to me, she goes, maybe you should buy a new drill, like, because it wasn't on the list of things we needed right away. And we were at Lowe's the other day. We bought a bunch of plants. We planted our garden outside.
Yeah, those planter box out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I'll show you them when we get done. But
Yeah.
Morgan's mom and her planted a bunch of stuff, and I saw there was a Craftsman set, 2 drills. It was impact and then a regular. Came with a bag, 2 batteries, and a charger. $100. And I go, that's a pretty fucking good deal. Like,
That's a steal.
right. The DeWalt's was 140.
Yeah.
So
again, that's
I
still a
called 3
steal.
people, and I said, listen, and I know exactly what drills they use. They all use DeWalt's. But
So you got a little
they
confirmation
know, but
bias.
they also know that I'm a big Craftsman guy. I love Craftsman products because
Okay.
back in the day when Sears was around, if you had a Craftsman
Fuck
product,
Yeah, Sears.
if you had a Craftsman's product and if it rusted or it broke or anything like that, you brought it back to Sears, no questions asked, you got a new one. Well, they took that away, and
And Sears is no longer in business.
Sears is no longer in business. But I call them, and all of them know my attachment to Craftsman, which was my grandfather, who just always told me, buy Craftsman, buy Craftsman, buy Craftsman. It's great stuff, and it used to be really good stuff. Over the years, it's gotten a lot cheaper, like everything has. And I called my one buddy who's a lot
Cheaply
older.
made, not cost.
Yes.
Everything's not gotten cheaper cost-wise.
I called my one buddy, Mike. I go, hey, and he goes, listen, I've got some Craftsman's product, but go at the DeWalt, spend the extra $40. And they know, not that we're in any sort of money struggle, but like we bought a house, we're buying a lot of different things. There's a lot of different moving parts into buying a house, doing renovations and stuff. So they all know I'm very conscious on what I'm spending my money on right now. And so they were like, if the $40 isn't going to break you, which I know it's not, whatever. And then I call my other buddy and they go DeWalt. Then I call my oldest friend who's 55, Steve. I call him, and he, God bless him, he will not try to hurt anyone's feelings. Like, he will tiptoe around things, and he goes, you know what? That's a pretty darn good deal for the Craftsman. He goes, I think that'd be really good. And I go, Steve, I bought the DeWalt. And he goes, that's a good fucking choice, kid, all right? That's a good fucking choice. Craftsman's a piece of shit now, all right? Listen, they used to make good shit, but now they don't, all right?
That's
good choice. And I'm
hilarious.
like 5 minutes ago, I'm talking to him, and he's like, no, like, you know, whatever's going to make you happy. But still, $100 is a killer deal.
Yeah, like yeah.
If you don't use drills a lot, which I feel like as of recently, I've been using a drill a lot more with owning a house.
dude.
So it's kind of sick.
It just makes things so much easier. Like I've been using. I got a DeWalt one myself.
Yeah.
And I've used it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I got 2 batteries, so I just replaced. Put one
And
on
what
the
he
charger.
said is, he goes, dude, the price of the batteries were more expensive than the package you bought.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't even think
Batteries
about that.
are insane.
Batteries
That's
are
like,
insane.
I think that's like the expensive part of a drill.
Well, and you know what? Batteries never used to be expensive until they changed the lithium. As soon as they
Right.
went to lithium, anything lithium's expensive. But
Right.
anyways, sorry, very side topic. I was very excited about the drill. Also got a new TV, mounted it.
Yep.
Finally
Saw
talked
it.
Morgan into it.
I saw you got 2 cords dangling down.
Yeah.
I got something that might help you.
Well, we were looking. I just put it up Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday.
Okay. Because we bought some, or I bought some
Some of the
for,
cord hiders.
yeah, and it came with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
We have no use for the
I would
extra,
appreciate it.
so I'll bring
The
over
weird thing about
extras.
the TV is like there's these 2 like strings that are hanging down that
Yeah,
are part
for
of
the
the mount.
mount,
But
yeah.
I don't know what they go to, and the directions didn't say anything to me.
Well, you pull them, and that's what
It unlocks it?
unlocks it from the mount.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
But you can hide
Yeah,
those.
I'll hide them. I just
can
didn't know
hide
what they're
those
for.
up.
That makes sense though, because it clicks in.
Yeah, you click it.
But finally talked Morgan into it, which was awesome. Now I'm in a predicament where I don't know where I want the other TV to go. Now, the other TV, has a little line through it. Has a little bit of a kind of lines all the way down. Not really noticeable, but noticeable if you know what you're looking for. I'm debating on where I want to put it. I don't know if I want to put it down here, which I don't think it would fit in there. Also, I have that TV, which I need to figure out to set up. But I was thinking about putting it in the garage and redoing my garage setup because I'm in the garage so much that I watch every Tigers game out in the garage.
Right. Well, you could also just have it as the outdoor one too.
We could do that.
Want to watch games and stuff outside.
Yeah, it could be one that we just move. But I also have this TV that we could easily move.
That's true too.
To being outside where it's a smaller TV. I'm not really worried about if something happens to it.
Right.
Type deal. And that one's a little bit worse, but I don't know. I've got a surplus of TVs right now. So
not a bad problem.
It's not a bad problem to have. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it because I think it would be an awesome TV to have out in the garage just because of how much I use that space. But I was talking to Morgan today, how hot it's been. I have not wanted to be in the garage because it's so hot. And so I'm thinking about maybe trying to buy a cheap chair down here so I can come down here so I don't kick her out of the living room. I felt bad last night. I kicked her out of the living room to watch the Tigers get their ass kicked. So
yeah, you don't have a TV upstairs?
In the bedroom we do, but we don't like watching TV in bed.
Really?
It's like I don't know. We did the other night, but we were both like really exhausted. We knew we were gonna end up falling asleep watching whatever we were watching.
Right.
And we were just like, let's delay the inevitable. Let's go upstairs, lay in bed. But we do. We don't use it. We don't use it just like.
I don't know. We don't ever use ours.
Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings we do.
Yeah. You don't want to get out of bed.
Sunday mornings we do because I'll turn on Bassmaster when Bassmaster's on TV because it's only on for a few hours and so we'll turn that on. But anyway, sorry. Back to you. What's been going on with you? What's happening?
Oh man. Nothing crazy.
No.
This past weekend, just went to the farmer's market. Had a birthday party. Dude, life's been fucking busy.
Yeah.
It's like insanity.
Yeah.
I checked my calendar. Let me. Fuck, my phone's recording this thing right now. Last week I had something like on the calendar, like every day of the week.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like whether it's the podcast, which is like I don't count that as like
doesn't count.
I don't count that as like an obligation. Like this is fun to me. But still, it's like a planned thing, and you had a birthday party on Saturday, birthday party on Sunday for Faith's grandma.
Busy.
It's just fucking. And
that's
summer. This summer is
how
crazy.
That's how our week was last week. Is like Thursday we went out with my intern, got to have that beer. That was a great beer.
Yeah.
Had way too many. Ended up paying for the neighbors' beers. He ended up showing up, and now he's already drunk. So,
did you invite him out, or he just
showed up? He just showed up. We were at reset. He just randomly showed up, played cornhole, music bingo.
Oh hell yeah!
They had music bingo going. I won. No big deal.
Really?
I mean, a lot of people won.
Was it set up as like theme shows to different shows?
No, it was just a lot of like 80s music. But you just kind of marked a ticket. But did that, and then Friday we had something going on. We bought the TV on Friday. That's what it was. Mounted the TV, got prepared for fishing, fished all day. Saturday, then I cut the grass when I got home. Didn't get done cutting the grass until I didn't get done outside until like 9:00 at night. Came in, showered, fell asleep on the couch, and then Sunday I think we finally relaxed. I'm like, even like Sunday we went to Morgan's mom's house and had a big celebration for her sister that was in town, and dude, every day
it's crazy.
Every day is like, Jesus Christ, when is it gonna stop?
Right, and I go back and forth because I'm like, because there are times where I don't have anything planned and I sit around all the time and do nothing. Yeah, I'm like, I feel miserable too. Yeah. Like during those times I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Like I want to do something.
Yeah.
And then you
then you get super busy.
It's finding that balance.
Saturday, I texted like quite a few of some of my guy friends, and I was just like, "Hey, you want to come over for a couple of beers?" Like, I know they're Tiger fans. I was like, "Tigers game's on," like whatever, and like because I knew I was gonna be sitting at home. Morgan was off doing something, and thank God no one showed up because I was asleep by like 10 o'clock on the couch.
Yeah,
like I needed that sleep.
Yeah, sometimes
it was a blessing.
No, you need it.
Yeah, I know this weekend I need it. We were looking at our schedule this weekend, and I don't think we have much going on, if anything. I don't, at least. The weather looks like shit, which I'm excited for because I don't want to. I want to go fishing. I love fishing, but like I just need to relax. I need a day of just okay, sit at home and just be still,
chill.
Yeah.
I go back and forth. I'm like, I love those days where I can just chill, but
you don't
like 5 hours in. I'm like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah,
like,
but you know what?
Myself
you
insane.
have weeks like we've had of like super busy and chaotic, and you go, God damn it, dude! I haven't had a rest.
Right.
I haven't had a day to relax, but you just don't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You don't realize it.
Right.
Like I feel like now still I don't get done until 6 o'clock doing whatever I'm doing when I get home from work. It sucks.
Right. Well, even after work, like I feel like I come home and you got shit to do, like either around the house or whether it be laundry or fucking, just random chores that you have around the house. And you got to cook dinner, think of dinner. And by that time, it's damn 9 o'clock. You're like, all right, you want to watch one TV show on Netflix and then go to bed?
Yeah, one episode.
Like one episode on Netflix, go to bed, and that's just basically.
It fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. But again, it's also a blessing because there's a lot of people who have nothing to do and then they end up killing themselves because they're so fucking bored.
Right.
Like,
oh, I can tell you, if I was retired right now, I don't know, like just right now with like.
Yeah.
Not retirement type money,
right?
I would go fucking bananas.
Yeah, where you're just kind of like I can't afford to go do a lot of shit.
Right, like I can't afford a golf membership at a club and go golfing every day.
Right.
But like I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'd go nuts.
No, dude, I don't know how people. I don't want to get off on this tangent, but I don't know how people do it without jobs. Like when people don't work,
dude.
Like I don't know how you fucking can sit at home. First off, I wake up at 7 o'clock every fucking day. Without on a fucking dime, 6:58 to 7:05 happens. I am up, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but then if I sleep in until like 8:39, like if I go back to sleep,
very rare. Sleeping in is like 8:45.
Right. So if I can, sometimes I can go back to sleep around like 7:30, and I'll wake up like 9:30. Then I wasted fucking half the morning.
Yeah, then you feel like shit because you wasted it. You're like, oh,
there's no fucking win.
I know.
There's no fucking win.
Honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I think it's just us. We just got to figure out like,
what the fuck is wrong with us, dude?
We got fucking problems.
Oh, you know what I got that was pretty cool the other day? Morgan picked it up for me. It was like apparently there's like a free site in the area we live in that you can just post stuff for free. She got me.
Yep, we belong to one of those.
Yeah, and it's based on where you're at. You have to put your address in.
Right. There's a couple.
Different areas.
Right.
She got me. I just want to say this: I don't cough unless I'm on this podcast. So I don't know if
I think you just don't notice it.
I don't.
As soon as we're talking.
So
maybe
she got me like a flight thing. Like it was a custom board with 4 glasses.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
They were like beer glasses, but I think I'm gonna end up switching them out for like some Glencairns, which are like bourbon tasting glasses. But Morgan thought of me and she's like, I wanted to get this for you for when we do blind tastings. Cool. And I'm like, that's a really cool idea.
You can put like, did it come with like a chalk type deal?
No, but I think
put masking tape.
Yeah.
And just
1, 2, 3,
right.
4, whatever.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool.
No, that looked cool.
So what you got to talk about? You said you had a lot of topics.
Yeah, I got some topics.
Before we get into it, and when you're asking the questions, do you want me to grab a different bottle for you?
Huh? No. Oh, that's my only glass.
That's your only glass of the night?
Only glass, right. Yep. I went to a playoff walleye game on Friday, last Friday.
Fun?
Really, really fun. We lost.
Yeah, we won last night, though.
We won last night. Did we win?
I don't know.
Did we win? I think we played Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what the series is. But anyway, we lost. Ref.
Oh,
Bullshit,
I heard about
dude.
this. I heard about
Did
this.
you?
I heard
Look.
they were talking about it at school today that people were like, I was worried
Bro.
that the refs were going to get killed.
Dude, I was going to be the one to do it. I was and obviously not many people who listen to this have gone to a game with me. I love yelling at the refs.
Yeah,
it's
I do too.
One of my favorite fucking things. So I was up and screaming, yelling, dude. So one of them was so fucking bad. It's so Kansas City, who's who we're playing. They send the puck down. It's about to be icing. The ref has his hand up, getting ready to call the icing. No one touches it. Nothing. Last minute, he puts it down. So our guys had been
Stop
chasing because they saw the ref's hand up. Nobody was around the puck.
Right. Normally the goalie just has to get near it.
Right. He put the hand down, whatever. Bullshit call. Kansas City ends up racing down to the puck while our guys are just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? They end up scoring a couple seconds later off a ricochet. Total bullshit. Place erupts. Ref, you suck. The whole thing.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip of, I could hear it very clearly.
It was deafening loud in there. It was awesome. And then, so that was bullshit. They end up tying it on that goal, which is like whatever. They tie it. It's 1-1 going into the middle of the third. And we have a face-off. Down at our end, we have a face-off on the left side. Our guy, right off the face-off, clearly gets tripped. Like clear as day gets tripped. No call. Right in front of the ref. Like from me to you to the fucking ref. Clear as day, right off the face-off, gets tripped. No call. I mean, the place goes nuts. People are throwing shit on the ice.
Right.
Like nutsos. 2 bullshit calls, and we ended up losing 2-1. You'd hate to blame it on the calls. We should have. You can't win. You don't win many games only scoring one goal. But
without seeing it, I won't really talk about it. But yeah, I heard people were not thrilled about it, and I was talking
in a playoff game. You cannot make those calls, especially for the home team.
And that's always the conversation, right? For every sport is like when it's playoffs, you cannot determine a game based off a call.
Yeah, a referee should not determine a game.
I think people were very upset about the no pass interference call a couple years ago with the Rams and the Rams and the Bengals. I don't know if you remember that. It was the last drive. Joe Burrows was going down. It was definitely a pass interference call. People are very upset about it. But if they go down and win that based on that call, then it's an issue. And it's the same thing with no pass interference. I think it was the Saints versus Vikings. Clear pass interference, no call on it. But there's so many other games you can talk about how a ref determined the call, and you just can't.
Right.
Like,
well, during the regular season,
put the whistles away.
Right.
You let them play. If it's blatant, you have to call it.
Right. And be precise and consistent with the calls.
Consistency is key.
Is like the whole game, Kansas City ended up with the game with no penalties.
I'll tell you, I don't know.
And it's like, how many times does that fucking happen? Is when we have no power plays.
Right.
So.
It's been like that for baseball this year, too. Baseball has had some of the worst calls I've seen.
Angel Hernandez needs to get the fuck out of the MLB.
He needs to be fucking killed.
Dude, he's
just euthanized. Like, there was one, I think it was recently, it was St. Louis against someone, and it was clear calls of like they were safe at home, they were safe at first, gets called out. The strike zone this year has been really, terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. You kind of want to go and think, like, especially for baseball, right? Is like in the minor leagues, they're still doing the thing where you can tap on your head and you can review the previous pitch. You're going to end up going to AI for people behind the plate and for different things where it's like, okay, this is just fact. This is where the strike zone is. This is where tripping calls land. This is where everything goes, where you're going to have someone that's just cut and dry.
I understand, like, I'm cool with, like, the strike zone wise being AI type deal.
100%.
Like, because that is a defined space. So you don't need human element there.
No.
Now you need a referee there or an umpire there for calls at home plate.
Right.
Those
check
kinds
swing,
of things.
stuff like that.
Yeah, so I get that. But for as in strike-wise, have something to where it signals the umpire behind the plate, yes, strike, that was a strike, or that was a ball. I'm cool with that. Now, first, second, third base, all the umpires.
You need
human elements. NFL referees, you need, like football referees, you need...
Dude, NFL referees are the fucking worst.
Dude, they're so
referees.
Bad. So bad.
I don't care what sport you're talking about. The NFL referees are so fucking bad.
Dude, bad. And they make clear favorites for teams.
And it makes it, like, you know, the whole, like, I remember when the scripts, right? When, this was the script for the year. They make that shit seem real. It might be. At one point, I was like, dude, this script might be fucking real. After watching that call, I don't know.
I think I've believed him a time or two.
Yeah, right? Like, where it's like, dude, Vegas can't lose any money here. Like,
yeah, and that's the other thing is, like, I think you start to believe things like that because you understand how much money is on the line for a lot of different people.
Right.
Vegas, the NFL.
I mean, dude, even
TV ratings, like, so you got 3 ginormous economies in themselves.
Right.
TV, broadcast, that's an economy in itself. So if you have 2 huge, like, football teams, I would say, in terms of, like, fan bases. So if you have the Dallas Cowboys and who's another huge fan base?
For Steelers?
Like Steelers, yeah. Dallas Cowboys and Steelers. You understand that is going to be a massive TV draw. Like, massive. So if it's that option or the 2 teams fighting to get into that spot where, like, the Jaguars and I don't fucking know, the Jets, I don't know.
Right.
Like, you're going to... What's TV going to tell you to do? It's not going to be the fucking Jaguars versus Jets.
Right.
And so you realize you got that money plus Vegas money plus NFL is trying to make, dough on their side. It's like,
so the Super Bowl this past year did 123 million views. Okay. Now, let's just say I did it 115. Let's say 115 people actually watched the game. And let's say half of 115, put money, $5 on one team.
Right.
It's basically $3 million.
Right.
So
insane.
And that's just $5. How many of these people are putting $500,000?
How many people go to Vegas and are putting $20,000 a bet?
Right.
Insane amount of money.
So, I mean, it truly, it kind of does make sense at times.
Like, I'm not
like when Stafford won, when the Rams won, I saw them going into the Super Bowl, and I immediately go, Stafford's winning. He needs a ring. This is drama-filled season.
Right.
Burrow's there. This is it. This is where Stafford goes, no, I should have won in Detroit, but I didn't, so now I'm going to win the first year I get traded and prove that I was the stud.
Right.
It was fucking predictable.
It was, yeah. It was like writing a book.
Yeah.
It was...
I mean, dude, it's like writing a book watching fucking the Niners fucking lose constantly.
I know.
Like, the Niners can get to the Super Bowl, can get to the NFC Chip, and they never can close.
And also, like, this year, you have the whole Kelsey, Taylor Swift phenomena, and then they go and win it. And it's like, you're just like, dude, like...
How is this not...
We're just chasing numbers.
So he's been the #1 sales jersey all throughout the year, and he just, like, they win, too?
Right.
Dude, I don't know. It's very strange to me.
I'm not on board with, like, there's some shit going on, but, like, I'm almost on board with there's some shit going on. I would love to hear from, I mean, and there'd be no way, because they're probably, if anything were to happen,
everyone has an NDA.
There'd be an NDA, but I would love for somebody not to have signed it and then write a book or something, like a referee.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee there's going to be a book in the next 50 years. Well, someone's going to fucking come out and fuck up.
There's a referee in the NBA
Yes.
came out and had said that there was skimming
people
going on.
That were trying to pay him
So if it's happening in an NBA,
and the thing is like I've always said this, and I will stand by this for the rest of my life. The NHL, I think, is the only sport that does not get determined by Vegas. And the reason why I say that is it doesn't have the numbers draw.
Right. It's not the biggest market.
It's not a huge market. There's so many different things that can happen on the ice to determine a game. Like that tripping call, that icing didn't help the Walleye win, but ultimately you should be skating back for the puck. You should be, you know what I mean? So, and in an
there's not
ECHL,
a ton of
dude,
you're not plays.
Correct. And in the ECHL, dude, you're not fucking making money to where you're taking money to take a fall.
The ECHL is
right. So I truly think that's one of the only sports.
And I'm not saying those referees had money on it. I'm saying they sucked as referees.
Right. No, I know what you're saying.
Which is totally possible.
I think that's where a lot of it comes to, and I think the NFL, I mean, it's America's sport. Like, you can sit there and say, like, baseball is America's sport. It's the American pastime. It's the pastime because the games are too long. They're not as interesting. There's too many games.
Right.
They know how to do it right.
They've destroyed baseball.
They know how to do it right. The NFL, we've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it in the podcast. Maybe we have, but they know how to do it right. You've got, who is it? Lions versus some.
I don't know if we talked about it.
Lions versus Rams Sunday night, first Sunday night game. You've got the Chiefs versus, I think the Niners.
No, it's
the Thursday night game.
Isn't it Chiefs Texans?
No. It's cheap. Let me look. But dude,
it's
the
like
first
the two biggest
fucking
teams.
week, the first fucking week
it's
though,
massive.
is like holy shit. I'm gonna be watching football every single day. There's times where I skip Thursday night football. Massive. There's times that I skip, Monday night football because it just doesn't intrigue me enough. This first week is gonna be insane.
It's crazy. Yeah, they do it right. I mean, okay. Here's the other conspiracy. If you want to put your tinfoil hat on, they are. So there's two professional quote-unquote sports.
It's the Ravens versus the Chiefs.
Yes. Huge game.
That's huge.
Reigning MVP versus Super Bowl champs.
And then you got, on Friday night, it's the Packers versus the Eagles, which the Packers have been hyped up because of Jordan Love.
That whole
Eagles
thing.
collapse, right? Collapse in the last couple weeks.
Right.
Then you got the Lions and Rams. Lions and Rams. That's
Stafford.
fucking huge. You got Stafford coming back
Goff.
after losing in the playoffs. The first time Stafford comes back, he loses. Like, that's huge. Like,
the Goff, Stafford switching places thing.
Dude, I mean.
Crazy. And then there's a Texans game in there. When's that?
Texans versus, or are you talking about the first week?
Is it first week?
Texans versus the Colts. Nothing.
Nah, maybe that's.
They're gonna sugarcoat
I thought they
that
had I thought they had a big game.
Here you go. Monday night. The Monday night game is the Jets versus the Niners.
Yeah.
The last time Aaron Rodgers played was on a Monday fucking night, and he tore his Achilles first. Yeah. Dude, come on.
And the guy who did it
is on the Niners now. Dude, they know how to put a storyline together.
They do it.
So you want to follow it, but then, just like the WWE, they know how to make them storylines, right?
No, okay, here's the thing.
And I know what you're going to say.
Right, there's two leagues, professional leagues, labeled as an entertainment LLC. NFL and WWE. WWE is confirmed scripted.
Correct. And the
NFL?
thing is like WWE, which I don't watch anymore, but I watched as a kid. They knew how to make the storylines where you really got into character. You were like, oh my God, dude, I'm doing this.
Oh my God.
And that is what the NFL is now doing. Because the NFL kind of lost it. Every other sport was really taking off, going like, okay, this is just what it is. Now the NFL is like, nah.
Well, and they're good at it because of what they did last year. The whole Taylor Swift, Kelsey thing.
Dude.
They got the most cult-like fan base. I'll say that.
To follow.
Cult-like fan base.
To jump on a bandwagon.
To absolutely destroy their ratings.
Yeah.
Out through the roof.
Yeah. I mean, when you're showing Taylor Swift, I think for the Super Bowl, they showed her 15 times. Right. I remember counting it. I could find it somewhere.
I guarantee you. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but if you were on the marketing team of the NFL and you were smart, you were greasing Taylor Swift a little bit. Hey, Here's a little side cash. Come to every fucking game.
Keep coming.
Come to every fucking
she
game.
was
I know you're busy and you're on tour.
She was coming
across the world.
On tour, dude.
I know you have to hop on a flight last minute from so and so to just get here.
Right.
Here's cash.
Right.
Come.
We'll pay for the we'll pay for the jet fuel.
Right, because you fucking boost our ratings by an insane amount.
I mean, dude, she's, they show all the, here was Tom Brady walking in today. Here was Sauce Gardner walking in today. Here's Taylor Swift walking. Dude, real NFL fans do not give a fuck what Taylor Swift was wearing or anything.
And I don't blame the NFL for doing that. If you
capitalize on
opportunities. If you are capitalizing on that, absolutely. But you're not going to get...
Dude, you know who used to do it, who tried to do that? Was the NHL when Carrie Underwood was married to Mike Fisher.
Right, yeah.
And they tried to do it because, Carrie Underwood was a huge country star, right? I think she won American Idol too, right?
Yep. No.
Did she come in third or something like that? I don't know.
I don't think she was a winner that year, but
she was on the show, right? So
that's where she got her start.
Right.
Yeah.
So she had the stardom,
That was when American Idol was the fucking shit.
But they tried to do it. I remember watching Nashville games and they're showing Carrie Underwood in the crowd, you know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, this is weird, but okay. Now I get it.
They tried.
They tried, but it was not.
They didn't have the eyes and the
First
viewership.
off, can you imagine if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce broke up and then she started dating someone like Nathan McKinnon? Jesus Christ.
That'd be huge for the NFL.
Yeah, dude,
or the NHL.
The NHL needs to do something. They need to fucking do something.
Hop ship a little bit.
They need to start busting out
Here's
some money.
what they need to do. They send the hottest chicks of all time.
Dude, they send them to Dallas.
To wherever Travis Kelce is.
Right. Try to get him to slip up.
Just try to get him to slip up. Just keep sending them. Oh, he's going to be at this place. Yeah, just send fucking...
But you know what, dude? I don't think that Taylor's upset about the publicity either, because I think she's gained a few more NFL fans.
Dude. Well, I mean, look at her fucking tour sales.
Yeah.
A record setting.
Yeah. So, anyways, we can get off of Taylor Swift and the NFL. But
how
about Harrison Butker?
Oh, my God.
Dude.
Bro.
Okay, I needed context, so I was talking to someone at work about it, and they was like, he was at a super Catholic, religious school.
Right.
And so he was preaching he was saying what the beliefs are.
Right. So for the people who are listening to this and don't know what Harrison Butker
By the way,
said,
he is the number one jersey salesman right now.
Yes, he is. He is the kicker for the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. And he's a super and well-known outspoken Catholic. He was at a massive Catholic college.
I think that's the part that keeps getting missed.
Yeah.
I think that's the part that keeps getting missed.
Yeah, he was at a super Catholic school for their commencement speech. And he basically said, along the lines, this is not a direct quote, but he basically said, we need to go back to an era where women made more babies than they had thoughts.
Yep.
And I think that was along the lines of what he said. A quote. It's not a direct quote, but it's pretty much he said those words.
The worst part is when he then said, I want to explain my statements, and then it got worse.
He doubled down on it.
Yeah, it got
by
worse.
Trying to quote unquote apologize,
which he did not.
It was not an apology. No. It was a double down. He's like,
I don't even know if that was a triple down, dude. It made because I watched the speech and then I read the quote and I go, God, the quote sounded worse than the actual speech.
I think he wanted it.
I think so too. He was trying to prove a point. Kickers have a voice. Respect the kickers.
Right, and so then Sam